Alright, my first box opening video. There is unusual quiet here. It's about 6:30 at night. There's unusual quiet here because the kiddo's off at a slumber party. We dropped him off and we got back, and then DHL pulled up and dropped off a box. A heavy box with a heavy doll. Like I said, I'd ordered this doll when she was listed as in stock on Miro Doll's website. And then apparently they had not updated their site because she was not really in stock. And I poked and prodded and poked and prodded and poked and prodded, and 3 months later, I got my doll. Hopefully she is the doll that I think I'm getting. I know, I think I've mentioned that 97.5% of the people who order from Miro Doll are completely overjoyed with what they get, and that other 2.5%, either like this, it takes ages, or the color isn't quite right, or something. So, I have been looking at people's box openings for this doll. I know because she's a dark resin, you might have an idea who she is now. She tends to have sanding problems, and I didn't realize that I would get a free head. I just thought I was ordering 40% off of that. I didn't realize I was getting a free head event. So here's a MSD sized Jinming. I guess that's a XM doll. That's their other brand the Miro Doll site sells, and there's like a hair embedded in it back here. Or something, maybe that's a sealer. Anyway, if it's XM, then this is probably supposed to be a boy's face, but I did not expect to get this, and I really didn't expect to get it with the face up, so that's cool. Very nice, thank you. And I've also read that the resin smell on a Miro Doll can be a little overwhelming. And I do smell the resin. I've gotten very few, it said in about 2004, 2005, I got a Volk Super Dollfie from back when Doll and Hobby Shop was one of the few ways to actually get a Super Dollfie, and that's also when Super Dollfies were some of the few 60cm ball-jointed dolls at all out there. And I don't remember what was like inside that box. I just know that I used to store all her clothes for a while. And I have, of course, pictures of the cat sleeping in it. And then in 2010, I got a Dragon Doll Zhao. But like I mentioned before, I really wasn't into the whole BJD culture, so I didn't even think about box opening. And I sold her on to a friend, so I get to see pictures of her every once in a while, and there is a bug in here. So, I'm not used to all the stuff that you get in a BJD box, just to protect the doll. Or to. Thank you. So, I have gotten Mika in dark chocolate. Like I said, I was looking at other box opening videos of Mika, and people have said that there's a lot of problems with sanding marks showing up really weird. And they give lots of ways to counteract it, like from going over it with a little bit of oil to going over it with a very fine cloth to buff it out, which that's probably what I'll do with the problems. I see it on the cat, but the cat's that's not necessarily a problem. So I ordered the 60cm, but they had some problems and upgraded me to a 62cm. And there's some scuffs in the sanding on her. And she has the thing on top of the head that seems to be a big problem. She must be really rough on top of the head where she comes out of the mold. But I've seen people have polished and buffed, and once she's sand matted, sand mat doll that you're having problems with sanding scrapes on. Once she's matted, which since my husband is a gamer, we have a ready supply of Purity Seal. The discoloration goes away. So, I mean, I'm not really sure what goes into a box opening video, but we have Miro Doll Mika in 62 centimeters. I have not decided on her name yet. And when I got my Miro Doll Wind, who was a trade, she wouldn't stand Retrograde Works when she gave her face up and body blush. She very kindly tightened the elastic for me so that Wind can stand now. So I got a new doll. And of course I want to just play with my new doll, but I do have other things I need to sew for other people. But let me put a quick wig and some eyes on her. Okay, so this was a lot more elaborate than I thought. I thought I would just put her in the bare basic because she doesn't have a face up yet, so she's not finished. Like I said, I don't even have a name for her yet. I will say by accident, the two 60 centimeter BJDs I have now both have names with two L's in them. My Hujo Io is named Stella. I actually let the kiddo pick that name out because I couldn't think of a name for her. And at the time he was really into the game Angry Birds Stella. So when he picked out Stella, I said that's fine. I mean star, that's great. And then my Miro Doll Wind. I had been okay. I worked in a toy store and I was hanging up toy guns one day. These are from a costume company. It's a very cheesy looking, not the least bit realistic. And since it was sold in North America, it had the name of the toy in English, Spanish, and French. And that's when I learned that the French word for machine gun is mitraillette, which, if you don't know French, that sounds like a very, because it has that et on the end, it sounds like a very sweet name. So I went home to double check to see that mitraillette meant machine gun, and it does, but it also means an open-faced sandwich with French fries on the top that originated in Belgium, and in Belgium, though, it's as likely to be called an American sandwich. So that just, I was saving for years the name mitraillette to put on a doll. So that's my Miro Doll Wind, and that has two L's in it, M-A-T-R-A-I-L-L-E-T-T-E. So my two 60 centimeter BJDs I had before had two L's in it, so that was an accident, but after I noticed it, I thought, well, maybe I'll see how many 60 centimeter BJDs can get a 2L name. So I need to dig out my list of 2L names I've been keeping to see what suits her. So like I said, I thought since she didn't have a face and she doesn't have a name, I thought I'd just put her in the bare minimum, but I really like her. So, and this wig, Emmy Moon gave me this wig years ago along with some pull-ups, and it's mohair, and as soon as I ordered this doll I knew I would use it. I hoped it would work for her, and I think I like it. So because I've been waiting for her for so long, I haven't ordered anything specifically for her. So like has some dark brown eyes and they're glass and they're really nice, but again, somebody gave these to me as a trade bonus, and there's a flaw in the pupil of one. So I would never use these permanently on the doll, but just to get an idea of how they look, I really like them on her. So I'd probably get her some dark brown or maybe dark purple eyes. Because I like dolls with dark eyes. I like people with dark eyes. I like dark eyes. I have dark eyes. I like my dark eyes. So I will be eventually getting eyes for her. And of course I will get other wigs, but she'll probably wear this wig a lot because this is a great wig. And so I just kept adding layers and layers of clothes to her. So I don't mind leaving her like this until I get around to getting her a face-up, which I will probably try to do it myself, even though the only other BJD face-up I've done that I consider successful is Hujo Dana, so Miss D size, my Valeska. That's the other thing, after I realized that my big dolls had two L's, I decided that, well, at least this first MSD size would have one L. So that amuses me. So anyway, I'm happy to leave her dressed like this until she actually gets a face and until I can make clothes for her and get some more shoes and stuff, but all a good time. I did want to say that I noticed a lot of people in their reviews of her and box openings talked about how purple her skin tone is. So I was expecting her to have a very cool skin tone, which I don't mind. Again, my two 60cm dolls, they both have face-ups by Retrograde Works with lots of purple in them, which is fine. I like purple, you might have noticed. But, so I was more than happy to do purple to coordinate with her skin tone, but she's not as purple or gray as I thought she'd be, so I will probably do pinks in her skin tone too because of the pinks in her hair. I think look good. Let me know what you think. And so I'm happy with this doll.